live, the Domestic Estate Manager Studios in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. It's the nation's #1 podcast series in the private service industry. It's time for DEMA Live. Now, here are your hosts, Matt and Mike. Hello and welcome back to another edition of DEMA Live. I am your host, Matthew Hack, and today we will continue our road to the 2013 DEMA Convention podcast series. I'm joined by David Barrie. Dave is the Chicago Chapter President of DEMA and is currently an employed estate manager. Managing multiple properties and working for an extremely high-profile employer, Dave has had to overcome many of the struggles and difficulties that most estate managers have gone through. Dave has been a trusted resource for many of the DEMA private service professionals, and his loyalty and commitment to the private service industry is rivaled by few. Hello, David. Welcome to DEMA Live. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, man. I'm having a great day doing what I do best.
Outstanding. Well, we're really excited to have you here on DEMA Live today. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the 2013 DEMA Convention that's coming up here very quickly. And we're going to talk about the presentation that you're going to be doing with two other gentlemen by the name of Lance Burke-Files and Sean Hassett. And you guys are going to be giving a presentation on managing principal safety and security by knowing your customer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Why did you feel it was important to become part of the convention this year?
Well, considering that last year when I went, and the beauty of it all was how nice you got what you're not anticipating to get, and what I got from it were completely mind-blowing. It was phenomenal to get professional staff members in all different fields together, let alone contractors. And the beauty was what you could really learn from all the other professionals, from estate managers, house managers, and even the contractors. But it was nice to have a principal that could actually come up and speak in the industry that kind of let you know that, we're more than just a tool of their art, of what they need. But it was nice. I got so much educational experience out of it by going to some of the classes or just by listening to some of the professionals talk, even just standing there talking to other professionals and not even being really part of the conversation. But the networking was probably one of the biggest too. And to realize that we're not really alone in a field that is so broad. So I really gained a lot of knowledge, a lot of friendships now, but a lot of professional areas to tap into that I probably wouldn't have been able to before.
Okay, awesome. So one of the things that you're going to be bringing back to this year is obviously the fact that, one year later, you wanted to become more involved from a presenter aspect and be able to talk to other private service professionals, whether they're currently in their positions or those that are looking to get into the industry, about some of the safety situations that you run into on a daily basis. And I know that you're a current estate manager of an extremely large property there in Chicago. So I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say regarding tools and tips on safety and security.
Exactly. And that stems all the way into our own personal lives too, of the safety and security, because anything you do does reflect back on everybody on your team or the principal. And I think it's really important to understand if you're bringing an HVAC company on my end of the business, we'll say, and I bring in a tech, I make sure that every time they come, it's the same tech. So it's not like everybody's going to question who it is. I have a sign-in sheet from when any contractor gets near the property and when they sign off. And there's usually a person that follows them and stays with them consistently in a house, even if they've been a contractor for years.
So you'll be addressing the fact that it's good to have the same technicians, if you possibly can, to come out to the estate so that there's not a lot of relearning that goes on property.
Exactly, but at the same time, have already done a background check.
Right.
I mean, and a thorough one on what the company is, how they do it, have they really done this work, and can you even trust their employees?
So you'll be bringing some of those tips along with you to the convention, and Also, what other pieces of advice are you guys going to touch on? Not to really expand too much, but just give us a little bit of a little taste of some of the other pieces that you might be touching on during that presentation.
Knowing your principal is kind of like knowing your customer. You
Okay.
have to understand how they think, how they are, what they would really allow. You also have to take your own personal opinion and put it aside and put a professional opinion that is kind of biased there to think the way they think. So when they come back or vice versa, or I talk to them on the phone, it's the same result as if they were there doing it.
Okay, so it's almost like working both sides of the knife, basically, as far as making sure that you're sharp and you understand what the vendors are going to be bringing, and also what the principal's expectations are.
Right. And would they do it or wouldn't they not do it?
Right.
What would they really allow or want, even though we're different personalities and stuff like that?
Absolutely. No, that's great. And that being said, we're really excited to have you at the convention and be able to bring your years of knowledge with you. So that's it's going to be a lot of fun to hear that presentation. I'm sure that the other private service professionals in attendance will feel the same way. What are you most excited about for this year's convention?
Seeing all the different professions. I mean, last year really, I guess we can say, set the standard for DEMA in our industry. But the nice thing about this convention is it brings us all together to understand that if we do have a problem, there is a way to resolve it by using the DEMA methods and the DEMA standards and the DEMA staff, as in going directly to the professionals. It'll help make us shine in the industry because the tools, the knowledge, the education, and the information highway are all in one building at one time.
Absolutely. And I think that that's very well said, that everyone's going to be in the building at the same time from across the country. And it really provides an outstanding element. I think there was a lot of energy last year, don't you?
Oh, I think it's the energy's still driving in me, buddy. I mean, that's just how I kind of feel about the convention and the way we do, and that's why I think it's such a big part that I help give back, but I also want to learn from others of things that, we think we know everything, but boy, do we learn quick. I'm more than excited. This is a lifestyle. This is who I am. This is my character. DEMA stands all about it. And that's what I am day in and day out. So that's why I'm so excited about it, because it's part of each one of us. And we give back, and by giving back, you actually receive more.
Well, we appreciate everything that you've done for the association. Obviously, they're in Chicago as acting chapter president. And I appreciate you taking the time and giving all the kind words and educating our members about what you're going to be presenting on at the convention. So thank you for the time. And I just want to say that publicly. And did you have any other things that you wanted to mention before we end the podcast?
I just enjoy being a major part of DEMA and the standard and helping change what nobody else could ever change, as in a standard with the DEMA convention and DEMA itself. It's a great way to go. Everybody needs to be part of it. So please come along. And it would be an honor to talk to every one of you that's listening here at the DEMA convention, because I can learn from you too. So thank you very much, and I appreciate the time.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dave, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you.
Thanks to my guest, Dave Barrie. And as always, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to listen to another DEMA Live podcast. If you're interested in more information on how you can become a part of this year's convention, please take time and visit the convention website at www.demaconvention.com. Once again, that's www.demaconvention.com. Stay tuned for more great podcasts and presenters from this year's DEMA convention. And remember, as an old Chinese proverb says, be not afraid of growing slowly, be afraid only of standing still.